Hey, this is Isaac.
This is Darren.
And we are True Masters and Morons, playing Horizon Zero Dawn.
Last time we saved a man from a cold. This time we help a lady in the cold.
Now we find out how mad everyone's going to be about it.
An Outlander. Chieftain of a Werak.
I love that they all know.
You're telling me.
I love that you have no idea, lady.
Right.
Thank you. I'm Aloy. I heard the White Teeth were missing 2 hunters. You look like you could leave if you wanted to, so...
I stayed because of the other. Mylen. She snapped her leg descending the ice.
Oh.
I've bided my time, but now she must return to the Werak before they leave.
So she's doing the thing that I said we were going to do.
Yeah, exactly.
That's beautiful. I love it. Let's help.
100%. Also, if you hear a train in the background, sorry, it's just parked there.
Yeah, we literally were like, there are some gaps you might notice in the last episode, and they're all entirely because we're like, oh, a train's going by. And then it kept going so long that we waited in between for like 20 minutes. We're like, it's still there. So we went out and checked out the back door. It's like, oh, it's literally parked.
It's just parked, yeah.
Weraks of Banor. Not so many great ones left now.
Oh my gosh.
I would go where Mylen went.
She's V.
I was her shadow on the snow, and she was.
Holy crap! It is V.
With the white teeth was everything to her.
Hello. What a much more pleasant way to see you.
You know this Mylan well.
Since our knees were always skinned, all my life. In a test to prove that we only need ourselves. That was my weakness.
Sounds like she was lucky for your weakness.
That's not the way she sees it.
She wanted to help her?
Mylan won't let you help her, will she? Because of the rules of this test.
You're quick as a rock fall.
No, just used to being...
Oh, I don't like that.
She won't allow it. Won't take the medicinal plants I found or the food. Only what she can scrape up on hands and knees. I could get close when she was delirious. But now she's learned not to let me get close.
Yeah, it's funny because we were just discussing the intricacies of terminal velocity in between episodes. So she's like, "Oh, you're quick as a rock fall." I'm like, "Oh no, that's bad. That's real
like,
fast.
Oh, that's extremely fast."
I think it's a little bit slower because it's on the ground. But yeah, you know, deathly, regardless.
Supposed to prove
that we have the strength of our ancestors, that we can survive as they did.
I love her hat, by the way.
It's beautiful.
Homeland. Some were trapped against this glacier by a snowstorm. 4 days. 4 nights. After the storm cleared, the survivors sighted a tallneck, which led them up into Banor. Well, that's the story I learned anyway.
So according to the story, a group of hunters was stuck up on the mountain together and managed to survive. Huh.
I wonder.
And yet it's a trial of solidarity. No, not solidarity.
Solitude.
That wouldn't be the problem. Solitude, yes. If it were a trial of solidarity, that wouldn't be an issue.
Yep. Also, I wanted to double check, and yes, it is indeed V. And while looking it up, that game came out in 2020, Taryn.
What?
Cyberpunk.
Yeah?
We just finished it. It took us like a year and a half at least.
Yeah?
Yeesh. Let's get her back to the Werak.
All right. I made a splint for her.
I don't know what month it came out.
For the pain, but I should warn you, she won't take them willingly. The law of survival.
Tribal law shouldn't keep us apart from the ones we care for.
I'm really the last person that's ever going to toe that line, guys.
Yep.
It's like for the record, just know this about me. The last thing I care about is tribal law over someone's life. It's like the very last.
Yep.
I could not care less.
Tribal law made it so that I was raised on my own by one really, really cool dude.
Who was only out there and alone because of tribal law.
Yeah.
Let's just say I'm not a fan.
And he was an awesome guy, so, you know, tribal law can go fuck itself.
I'm really predisposed to just kind of hate it on principle.
It keeps many things, but it won't have her.
Not if we can help it.
Yeah, no, let's not have the corpse flow down the river later in the summer because
Hey boy, are you with me?
I'm ahead of you.
We're lucky. Handholds have thawed.
I was about to say, I'm like, wait, did she teleport in front of you? And then no, she's still actually just back there.
There.
us out again.
Time to kill
Chocobos.
some robots.
Between us, we can fight the machines off before they reach her.
Another tradition broken.
Take it from me. It gets easier the more you do it.
Oh, I wanted to crouch and it said no.
I love that. Coming from the lady that this woman knows is now the chieftain of one of the Weraks. She's like, I don't give a flying fuck. And that day, not two shits were given. Actually, I think it's not two shits were given that day.
Come on.
Anyway.
Come on. I wanted it to come down to me.
Oh, she's got. Isaac and I have been discussing this. We really, genuinely didn't enjoy a good chunk of Cyberpunk. I tried not to say bad things about it because there were good things about it too.
I mean, we literally were saying that we tried to nicely shit on Cyberpunk
on the final episode. Because genuinely, most of the things that other people complain about, we didn't have issue with. We didn't have glitches for those last couple episodes. It was really very nice. Good to know. But our issues were things like it's just a egregiously depressing world. Is that a stock?
Is that a what?
I just keep hearing pings, and I'm like, wait, is there a tower a demon tower that just erupted up?
No, I was just apparently consistently clicking and taking damage during that.
I see. But but we've been talking about ever since we ended it. We've both been having kind of what do you call it? Graduation glasses about the game.
Yeah,
a little
graduation goggles. Because that's straight up thing from How I Met Your Mother is graduation goggles.
And it's a much nicer term because I was saying I've been Stockholm syndromed by the game, but but it was just like, oh, there were some pieces about these things, this thing that we never really got into. It'd be kind of cool to go back and check it out, or maybe it would be worth trying to play the game again for this. And we'll have to just stop and go no, we were so happy to be done.
And we were so miserable while playing. We didn't want to. There were legitimately days where we didn't want to record at all because we knew we had to record Cyberpunk.
Yeah, and it was just one of those it was worth finishing the story.
I'd have to leave.
It had a great ending. It had a really. Here's the thing. It had a good enough ending to make us have graduation goggles about it.
Yeah, there's that. And so, but anyway, the whole reason I brought that up is because I was watching our little hunters here follow us in stealth, and it's like, oh look. She's learned from Jackie already. She carries his name on in spirit. Even though this game came out first.
Yep. Sorry,
yeah.
I had to kill you, but it's the quest.
Scorchers now! This won't be easy, Aloy.
Yes, it will.
There's more.
Oh, Scorchers of the Wolves.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think they're worse than the Bears.
They're not. I just hadn't figured out how to fight them yet.
Okay, so because I'd gotten kind of like a DPS versus tank vibe out of these. Oh, hello!
I forgot about their minds.
I was to say, have we ever? Yes, we have seen them do that. Just never straight at your face.
But
just never straight at your face.
Well, I got a couple of comments shitting on me for how much I use my Terror Blast arrows, so I haven't been using them for the last 2 episodes.
But stuff like that is why.
But stuff like that is why. There's a reason we rarely see that, because I blow that shit off first thing.
But no, your bits come off, so I'm going to blow them off.
Unfortunately, I thought it dropped off as a weapon that I could use, but apparently not.
Oh no, I have seen you use it. Which means it's going to be around the edge there somewhere, probably.
There we go.
Oh right, he's the one that actually takes damage from ice.
Yep.
You big fiery bastard. But yeah, so it's just funny because I, see this person with V's voice walking around, sneaking, and I'm like, Jackie.
Yep. Because Jackie was the first one that we ever had to do that, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, it's like, and that was a great thing about Cyberpunk was that your assistants are stealth ninjas. However good you are, they're equally as good. Which is nice, because generally when you have help in a stealth game, they're garbage. And you're like, please just stay. Can you just stay in this corner where we started and I will do everything else, because you will get me in trouble so fast.
If you could just never move.
Yeah.
Just stay here. I'll go kill everything so that you can come through.
It's like
Just
I would rather treat you like an escort quest right now. Can we do that? Is it?
Right.
This is the one time. But it's funny because yeah, actually the assistants in this one are also very good.
Yep.
Similarly.
Well, to be fair, they also like
potent.
kill things, and I swear that unless it's silent takedowns, the ones in Cyberpunk don't.
Yeah, it would be like what was that? I never played it, but there was a list I checked of like the most useless companions in game. Oh no, it was the best and worst companions in games. And there was one that was like it takes place on Mars. You play a psionic dude.
Oh, okay.
And at least in the beginning, you have a helper who's like actually supposed to be like essentially higher level than you. And the idea is by fluff, you know, visually, he's got all the abilities to like use them in combat. But if you stand there and watch and let him do it, he does literally 0 damage.
Yep.
So he's just a taunt. He's a giant taunt.
He's just
Which
meant
is still
to
useful,
look
but-
cool and let you see the kind of stuff that you quote unquote can do.
Yeah, it's like here's the stuff you
But-
can do later, and also you know he'll like get these two's attention while you fight everybody else, and then you go
Yep.
kill him, which is nice and useful in its own way, but it's very deceptive.
Yeah.
Whereas if there's things like the party from Star Wars Commando, who are to date that game's got to be
so good.
almost 20 years old at this point, I'll bet, and is like some of the best AI help I've ever seen.
And she's not waking up to this? Are we sure she's not dead? Okay, she's dead.
I
Checking.
feel her fever even in this cold.
Oh.
She shouldn't have been putting weight on this leg.
She is awake.
I'm
Now.
not Banuk, so fuck off.
Miss Outlander.
Doesn't care.
You brought her here, Ikri?
Nope.
You think I went to the Nora homelands to find a spear to drive between us? I told you. The ordeal is mine, and mine alone. I will survive.
You'll
Which
die.
would you rather keep, Mylin? Your leg or your pride? Because I think you're gonna have to choose.
That's facts.
Yeah.
Her friend's just like,
I know what you think of me. But I vowed you'd join the White Teeth. And you will. I will go back. Alone.
And fall in the snow.
I'm like,
Hey,
how do
what do you know?
I'm like, you know that rope you had to cross? How's she gonna do that?
Right?
I'd almost be more impressed because she's gonna have to like overhand that stuff.
Let her.
Yeah,
Oh, he's
she'll
talking
go
to you,
alone
okay.
with Ikri following very
I hope
close.
you can forgive me someday. I never accepted your help. It's the Werak you should ask for forgiveness.
The Werak can eat my arrows.
Yep.
I didn't care about the Werak.
Oh wow, does she really not know that? That's nice. That's
Yeah.
sweet, even. I think that's my favorite headdress that I've seen up here.
It's very nice.
You
This
don't
rando side
know
quest.
very well, Aloy. We have so many ways to express a grudge, and only one to accept an apology.
Die? What?
I'll just say I've met a lot
have
of
to go
old
anyway.
people who took a while to get there, but she'll get there.
Yeah.
Who left her to die, and I don't belong with. Ikri, I'll find a crack in this glacier, and I'll shout my grief into it. And the ice can keep it forever.
Let me scream into my
That's-
pillow.
That's vaguely poetic.
And that she endured. Will you?
I mean, if you really want, sure.
These
I like
are
how you
all
immediate-
These are all like post me becoming a chieftain. Can I please just make the Werak bigger?
I mean, that's the thing. It's like you're a chieftain. Oh, how did it get
How?
over here? Man,
it was all the way over there.
The wind must have been blowing this way and actually matter. Like, wow. Oh, and it had so many. So many beautiful
mad.
lovelies to give.
I'm so mad.
Oh. Yeah, and she's coming down here with a busted leg. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah, totally.
Sure you are. You totally crossed this like that.
Uh-huh.
Twice.
And this.
When you think about it, because she had to cross it to get up there.
Yeah, but I don't think she crossed it to get up there with the leg busted.
I don't know. She's.
This is where it ends.
This is where it ends. This is
What
where
ends here?
This is where the quest ends. This is where the story ends. Roll credits.
Right. It's like, all right, well, thank you everyone for joining us. We're done with that.
That's the Frozen Wilds DLC. Boom, done.
Everyone has a skill they perform better than anyone else. Trick is finding and cultivating it.
Truth.
Very much truth.
My Lena's returned. I expect you have something to say about this.
I do.
Then convince me what an Outlander's word is worth.
Fuck you. I mean, I feel like just the left one.
Yeah.
I'm not up on all of the Banuk traditions, but I know what matters to you is that your laws are upheld. Going by the rules of your ordeal, she endured the 4 days and the 4 nights. She faced the extremes and survived. Seems to me that's what you wanted.
Just so.
Then by the law, my Len will wear our paint.
Outlander. So nothing of the other hunter? The one called Ikri?
She's gone. She sounded brave.
Her name will always be in my song.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, Ayla's been a lot of old people who was like, if I had let go of this grudge 40 years ago, my life would be better. And it sounds like she's already there. She's just now in a position where it's like, well, now I can't live with my best friend, and that's annoying.
I feel like that is Aloy's biggest takeaway from this game is just fucking forgive people, because
right?
honestly,
I was like, you know what's more important than your rules? People.
Yeah.
That's the whole big thing. Even
That's always
people
been her
like
big thing.
Silence, who always pisses me off.
Here's the thing: is the whole people thing is absolutely something that she's always been has always been her opinion. Her opinion has always been evil, people over rules. People over rules every time. But from all of the people who have been like, I just don't know if you'll take me back or if they'll accept me back or blah 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 blah.
I just want once, just in this DLC, because it's like supposed to be the end of, this came out later. Just want once to there be an option to just slap them. They will.
Yeah.
How
like if there's one thing I've learned, there's one thing I've learned, it's people will forgive if you're willing to look for it.
Yeah.
How did I not get this? This is where we fought with the
Americanus, the magnificent American black bear. Brought to you by Montana Recreations.
Fuck you.
That fur. You never even felt the cold, did you? If he hadn't preserved you, would anyone even know you'd disappeared?
I would like to point out the black bears are not anywhere near as big as the bastards we're dealing with.
Right?
That's like a freaking Kodiak bear.
Yes. Hello, an Outlander at the Shrine of Forgotten
This tells me
Beasts.
this wasn't where we were. It just looks exactly like it.
I guess.
I'm
Is that or maybe it only opens up after the quest?
The Shrine of what?
When the old world still breathed, a great man built a tiny totem to this beast. To store the visage inside. When the totem is placed on the pedestal,
Huh?
the animal is painted onto the empty air, and the beast lives again. Well,
Amiibos?
There are 7
Yeah.
pedestals. Where are the other 6 figurines?
I found this one
Your
in the
horse is in the
wilds.
way.
Remembered the indentations in the pedestals here and saw how they matched the base of the totem. But as you say, it's one of 7, isn't it? The great Montana Recreations must have made more.
I love that you think that was a person. Montana Recreations must have been a great man or woman or whatever.
So these totems, the images they show are of animals that no longer exist. They're gone.
Hadn't thought about that. We've seen Born, other things.
So it
Yeah.
seems. To think such magnificent creatures are lost.
It means the big mechanical bears are just nightmare monsters.
Yeah, exactly. They're not based on anything. Wolves aren't based on anything.
For warmth, but do we study them with the same fervor? Yeah, I do. For example,
Good.
I have this theory about foxes. Why do foxes have red fur?
Yours shouldn't.
Think about what they eat.
Meat?
Raw meat. Bloody meat. See? Natural causation. Logical connections. It only makes sense.
I mean,
Yes,
it's
that's
not the
right.
worst logic jump I've seen.
That's right. Aloy eats red meat. Mm-hmm.
I mean, she does.
She does, yeah.
I have one of the animal figurines you're looking for.
Oh! This is the guy who wants those.
Uh-huh. Oh, and apparently I have none of them.
No, you have what one?
Oh, I have this one. I have the...
You have the deer.
Here. Okay.
All right, show us the deer
Isn't
image.
it? To see another majestic beast returned from the past. There. It awaits us on its pedestal.
Let's watch the one about elk.
Oh, not trade.
You said a great man made these figurines?
Indeed.
Montana?
He was, I believe, a student of the natural world. Like me. But surpassing my abilities 1,000
He had a
times
bit
over.
more foundation to work on.
Creations. Perhaps.
Is it recreations or
all of the
recreations?
old world ever produced.
It is recreation.
And
Okay.
responsibility for the totems, the vessels for the knowledge he accumulated. I share his desire to understand the beasts, to
That's so good.
catalog their
Yeah.
behaviors and preserve their images. I like to flatter myself that I'm an apprentice of sorts, carrying on his work. Someday, perhaps, if I am persistent, I can earn his name. Enjuk Recreations.
Oh, this game is beautiful.
I should get going.
This game is so pure.
Of course.
I love
I've
it so
taken up
much.
of your time already. But I don't suppose you could keep an eye out for more figurines?
If I run across any, I'll bring them your way.
That's so good, dude.
It's so freaking good. Show me deer.
Odocoius virginianus, the majestic mule deer. Brought to you by Montana Recreations.
Not built like a predator, but perhaps it needed those horns to take down its prey in the absence of sharp fangs.
No,
it was
it's an
defense.
herbivore, my dude.
Those
Yeah,
are
no,
entirely defensive.
it has to fight off things like bears.
Ursus,
I appreciate that he's making logic
Americanus,
jumps. He's not making great ones,
the
but he's making jumps.
magnificent
Yep.
American black bear.
Oh,
Brought
so
to you by
cute,
Montana
beautiful.
Recreations.
How would you like to find yourself cornered by that thing?
I suspect I'd like it very much indeed. What a beautiful beast you were.
Are you crazy?
Yes, he is. One day he will see you fighting a Frostclaw and go, nope, I don't
Nope.
want to see that.
So yeah, we have...
There's a
hang on.
wolf.
Let me get... I want to get him out of the way.
Oh, okay.
Right there.
So we don't accidentally confuse him for one of them.
Yeah. So we have a moose,
Or, yeah, it's a moose. Yeah.
the deer, the bear, the wolf.
And check around the other sides because the moose was off on the side.
Oh, that's it.
Just
What
scoot around the
really,
rest of-
really worries me is we've had a bear,
Very cold.
we've had a wolf,
Oh no.
we've had something that could be argued to be a deer in the first area.
Yeah.
I don't want to fight a moose.
Dude, a moose is like a bear. They're so. Oh, hello.
They are not only huge, but they are horrifyingly beefy.
And they don't care
No,
about anything.
they will flip your car and not give a shit.
They'll take your car going at 50 miles an hour and your car will crumple. Like, I know people that's happened to.
They
It's just-
did you know that they can run? I think it was like 5-foot snow. They can do a full gallop.
I've heard that, yeah. Yeah, I know it's like, you know, we talked about it like I said, a moose is a bear. You know, wolves hunt moose the same way they hunt bears. In a big pack, go carefully.
Yeah. And
Like
it is
the mo-
always the last option. Like, we have not found food for like a week. We need it. Guess we're gonna take on the moose.
Let's fight the moose because it's gonna tromp us to death. Oh yeah, man. No, it's moose are like they're the closest thing we have to lions around here.
Yeah, North American lions.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, you could say we have like mountain lions in the absence of things like mountain lions and maybe bears too. But like the big thing around here is moose. Like they're just like, nothing hunts me, nothing hurts me. Bring it on. I am the king of the jungle.
Nothing hurts them. They have like some of the thickest skin before you actually get to damaging them.
They're just so tough anyway. There's like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
You bit me? Boom.
Some of you have overheard portions of the, let's call them spirited conversations I've been having with the charming Mr. Blevins in my office over the last week. So let's address the honking big elephant we're crammed into this room with. The park has been acquired by something called Firebreak, and they're restricting access to authorized personnel. I wish I had more details to share, but those are literally the only ones I've been given. Upshot, this isn't a national park anymore. No visitors means no visitor center. We've got 2 weeks. I know this is not easy. If you're like me, this place represents something bigger and more important than a paycheck. Believe me, I am right there with you. When I say that this park is the most beautiful place in America, it's not PR, it's not hype. It breaks my heart to think that nobody will be around to applaud Old Faithful or to stare into Beauty Pool. But this is where we find ourselves. So this is Yellowstone.
This is Yellowstone, right?
Yeah, this is Yellowstone.
That's fun.
I realize there's a temptation to check out and give up, but I really, really need your help over the next 2 weeks. Tours will continue through Friday, so I'm going to need guides, and even though regular ops at the gift shop are suspended, we've got a ton of surplus merch to box up and ship back to manufacturers, including about a bazillion unsold Monrec holo figurines. Yes, Monrec wants everything but the display figs back. No, I can't imagine why either. Please, you guys, just give me 2 more weeks of your time. I can't shut this place down alone. Best, Marnie.
Nice to know that Blevins is always a jackhole wherever he goes.
Yep. So yeah, Monrec is literally Montana Recreations, and so we're looking for the only 7 that were left here, which are the display models.
Yep. Well, and on that note, we'll see you guys next time. Oh, we'll check out whatever that is.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. Oh, it's audio. We'll listen to this.
Let's that now.
Bust. I'm recording the strategic and operational value at roughly 0 point squat. No reason we shouldn't pack the staff onto a vert and send them back to Nowheresville as soon as the gates are locked. Enjoy basic income, ding-dongs.
I will never not hate you.
And I was like, so you're bad.
What is your what? Wait, why? What?
I will
so unnecessarily
never,
obnoxious.
I will never not hate you.
Wow.
Jeez.
Hold on, looking at the I've never been to Yellowstone, I don't know, but looking at our big sulfur pools there. Are those the only 4?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 little one.
Are there none?
There's a tiny one down here.
Which one do we think is Old Faithful?
Ironically enough, if we really wanted to look into this, we could find out where the visitors center is and determine how far away it is from Old Faithful.
Math.
But we're not going to do that. All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. Go ahead and leave us a like. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell for more Let's Plays. Go ahead and check out our other channel for gaming lore, link in the description. Thank you so much to all of our patrons for continuing to make these series possible, and we will see you in the next episode. In the meantime, this has been True Masters and Morons signing off. This is Old Faithful.
What?
This is Old Faithful.
Hit the map. Huh. If it is one of the big pools, based off a quick map I just pulled up, it would be that one right there.
This one?
If it's one of the big ones, yeah.
What if it is just this spout? Because this is literally a spout. There's one spout here, here, and here.
That could be. I don't know.
And I think this is the biggest, like, mound.
We've got Upper Geyser Basin and Old Faithful. I think you might be on the Upper Geyser Basin. I don't know.